Good morning, Bella Vista. It's time to be in the know again. And I have a surprise for you today. You don't get to look at Tom. We're sorry about that, but we have a nice person sitting in. He is our staff attorney, and his name is Doug McCash.
Good morning, JB.
Hi.
How are you?
I've been wanting to interview you forever.
Many people can't say that.
I know. But you know what? Why don't we just there's a lot of new people in Bella Vista, so why don't we do the elevator speech on who is Doug McCash? How long have you been here? Who are you?
Great. I went to the University of Arkansas a long time ago, moved back to the area in 2013, and that's when I started with the POA. So almost 11 years now, I've been at the POA as the general counsel. Mm-hmm. Live here close by, have 3 children that are all flown the nest. And so my wife and I get to enjoy each other's company and Bella Vista, all that Bella Vista has to offer.
Gotcha. What's it like being I said staff attorney and you said something different. General counsel. What does that mean?
General counsel just means I'm the chief legal officer for the POA. Anything legal that comes to the POA usually runs through my office. And so I love coming to work. There's a variety of issues that I confront every single day, which is exciting to me. It's not like I'm doing one thing every day. There's always something different, from HR issues to insurance issues to complaints from members about common property, several different things that I get to work on every single day. So I love coming to work.
Well, you do that, but you're also kind of in charge, not really in charge, but kind of HR, or is that different now? And the sale of the lots.
Yeah, I do. I don't do HR anymore. Tammy Lloyd is our HR director. She does a fabulous job. We collaborate a lot because there are issues that come up in that realm that I'm heavily involved with, but she's fully in charge of that and does an excellent job. One of the functions that I also do is, like you mentioned, are the lot sales in Bella Vista. You may have seen the website, lots in Bella Vista. There are 2 kind of general categories that I work with. One is called judicial auctions, and the other is called an online auction. So the judicial auction is for those who no longer pay their assessments. They go through the collections process. We send them letters, try to get them to pay. And it's usually folks who've maybe purchased a long time ago, a lot here in Bella Vista, but have either passed away or handed the lot down to their kids who don't ever want to come here. And then they stop paying their assessments. Either we lose track of them or they don't want to come here anymore. So they go through that collection process, and then we foreclose on the lot, take a judgment against it, and then offer the lot for sale at a judicial auction. So
is that on the steps of the courthouse?
It used to be, yeah, the statute read, for sale on steps of the courthouse, but now we actually go inside. There's a courtroom that we coordinate with the county. We hold this year we will do 5 judicial auctions down at the courthouse.
Okay.
September 13th is coming up on our 4th sale. So that's right around the corner. There'll be 20 lots for sale there at the judicial auction. So if anyone's interested in purchasing a lot, they can go down and bid on it at the courthouse.
So are those buildable lots? Some?
Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are what a lot of people call them membership lots, smaller lots that people have purchased in the past just to have access to the amenities like golf and recreation, the lakes, those types of things. But yeah, we encourage people to do their homework if they're really wanting to build on a lot. Some of them are more steep than others, so it would take a little bit more money to do that. Right. And some of them would require a septic permit, so you'd need to get a perk test done on that before, just to make sure that you're able to build on it.
Sure. Well, I know that you do a fabulous job, and you have a great helper.
Yeah, Roxy's awesome. She's the one that does all the work. So I give her all the credit because she keeps track of all the filings that have to take place, the timelines and those things. I review them and sign my name as the attorney, but she does a great job facilitating that process for me.
And in the online, you have somebody that helps you?
Yes, David Thornton does our online auctions. And so that's kind of the second category. The judicial auctions is one, the process that goes through a foreclosure statute that we follow. The online auction is for lots that we've taken back. Either people say, I don't want them anymore, and just go ahead and take it off my plate. I don't want to have to worry about paying the assessments anymore. So we have a process that we go through. We do title searches on those to make sure that we're conveying title to property that doesn't have an issue. And so those, we have a small inventory. It's shrunk considerably over the last 3 or 4 years because of the interest in Bella Vista has just gone through the roof. So that's really exciting for us. The gentleman that works for me that does that, his name is David Thornton. And we call him our lot sales specialist. He's been around Bella Vista for a long time.
Yeah.
He has very intimate knowledge about the real estate industry. He used to work for Cooper Communities before, doing the same thing.
Okay.
He retired from there and then came to work for us. So we're lucky to have him. He's a fountain of information. Even if you're not looking to buy a lot, I encourage people to call David, send him an email, call him on the phone, send him a text. He's happy to talk to you about Bella Vista. He's a great advocate for the POA and for Bella Vista and all that it has to offer.
You know, this is a little bit of a, not touchy, but a question that a lot of people ask. I know there's a fee.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain what that fee goes for?
Sure. Yeah, we've had some people, they'll take title or they'll buy a piece of property in the POA, and then there's what's called a membership transfer fee that gets charged to anyone who purchases a lot in Bella Vista. And that transfer fee basically goes for changing membership. For instance, if you sold a lot to me, we have all of your information in the system. We keep track of your address and your phone number and your email so that we can send you emails and that sort of thing. And you subscribe to newsletters and all of those types of issues. But when you sell the property to me, then you don't want to be receiving all of that stuff anymore. So we have to change all of that information in our system from you to reflect me as the new owner. Okay. And if you have a house, there's a water transfer that has to take place. And so there's several records. It takes a considerable amount of time for the POA to process that paperwork process in our system to make sure that we have the correct information for the new owner.
Gotcha.
And so that cost is covering that administrative expense.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I really enjoy working with you on the board. We have some really fun conversations, not just you and me, but the whole board.
Right.
At the last board meeting, not much is happening, but I do know that the charitable giving group is, tell us about that.
Yeah, no, that's a great subject. Each year the board votes on and allocates up to $25,000 for charities that are here in Bella Vista and focused on providing services, nonprofit services to Bella Vistans. And so there's a charitable giving committee. 3 individuals sit on that, 3 members of the POA, 3 members of the community. And we notify all the charities. We send out notification that anyone who's interested in trying to get a grant or a donation from the POA should submit an application. Mm-hmm. There's a deadline for that, and that happens each year. And then the charitable giving committee meets. They spend a considerable amount of time going over those applications, reviewing the qualifications and how the money's going to be spent and those types of things. And then they decide how they're going to divvy up that $25,000 that the board has allocated for those purposes.
Sure.
This year, I believe there are several, maybe 15, I think,
which is a lot of people.
Yes. It's a lot. You wouldn't think that there's that many that who are nonprofit charitable organizations in Bella Vista, but there are a lot of good folks out there who are doing great things for people who are in need. And so we'll have the opportunity today to meet with some of those groups who are receiving part of this money and continue to do good work for Bella Vista and people who need it. So it's an awesome thing that the board does each year.
Okay, let's do a quick little rundown or a little, what's happening at Tanyard Creek?
Tanyard Creek, it's awesome. I drove out there yesterday to look at it, and who knew that watching grass grow could be so exciting.
It's so pretty.
It is it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's amazing what Graham and his team have done out there. It just looks phenomenal. And the building's coming along great. We're excited to have a community tour coming up, I believe, on is it the 17th, JB?
Can't remember, but I'll be there.
Check my notes here.
Yeah.
September 17th. So that will happen. An open tour of the facility. We can walk through the building and see what it looks like, and everyone else is just going to be blown away by what the practice facility looks like. There's going to be a putting and chipping green, 2 separate greens, a practice putting green, and then a driving range, and then the indoor activities that they're going to have. There's going to be a golf simulator inside.
Yes.
Club fittings and things like that. So I would encourage everyone to come out and take a look at that. It's going to be a great event for the community.
And I believe we have our alcohol license working.
Yeah, that's a process. Yeah, there's lots of hoops to jump through. And, that's another thing that I get to do on the legal side is make sure that we're complying with all the state regulations and the city of Bella Vista regulations and the zoning regulations. Lots of hoops to jump through, but that's in process, and we'll be taking care of that before the facility opens sometime early next year.
So something that's coming up really quickly here. I know it was delayed a little because it's always delayed. Things are always delayed, but our new restaurant, BV65.
BV65, yeah, that's another exciting project. The Pro Shop is already open.
Oh,
if
it
you
is,
haven't
yes.
been there, you should go check it out.
Yes.
I went to look for a new shirt the other day, and it looks great. The Pro Shop is open now, so I encourage everyone to go out and take a look at that.
Yeah.
Great merchandise. A new logo that's really cool.
Uh-huh.
If you haven't seen that, check it out.
And that's the Kingsdale. We're trying to coordinate making all that area kind of the same. That's hence the new logo.
Yeah, the new logo incorporates Burksdale and Kingsdale, so it looks great. The Pro Shop looks awesome, and then you mentioned BV65, the restaurant, so that is quickly coming up to speed, and so we're going to be open here in a few weeks. I don't want to give a date yet, but
you may have to eat your words if you do.
Yeah, I know. The barbecue smoker is in place, and it's looking great inside. So I'm excited for that as well.
I was lucky enough to do a little quick tour of that the other day, and it really is exciting. All that new glass out front, it just looks top notch.
Yeah, and you see on the logo, there's a little bit of splash of red in the BV65 logo. It's a barbecue place, and so.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a splash of red there, but when you walk in the front doors, you'll notice those little details throughout the restaurant that has some red highlighted throughout. It's not super noticeable,
Mm-hmm.
but just enough of a taste of the red that makes it look really awesome.
Great. Well, what else? In closing, what else would you like to share with Bella Vista today?
Well, it's like I said, I've been here for 11 years. I love coming to work every day. It's phenomenal to see the amount of service that people provide in Bella Vista to fellow members and their neighbors. I'm always amazed at the amount of interaction that the members have, not just golf groups, but at the recreation facilities and the restaurants, all those things that the POA has to offer. It's been great to be involved in almost like a rebirth or rejuvenation in the last 6 or 7 years of brand new buildings, new facilities that we're remodeling and providing for the membership and we've gotten great feedback on that. We're striving to make it better. We try to make it better.
Yes.
But so far, it's been a real pleasure to have a small part in seeing that rebirth.
You do a lot of work behind the scenes.
Yeah, I try to stay behind the scenes. Usually if it's a legal matter that's out in the forefront, it's not a good thing, but try to stay behind and watch all the good work that all the POA employees, they're incredible.
Well, let's remind everybody, because I like to do this each time, that we do have a really good website.
Yeah.
And they can find you if they have questions or a way to send an email to you or whatever, or all of you.
Yeah.
Please be sure you're familiar with that website, because that website is really informative. I know they work on it a lot to make it, it's not just stagnant. They keep moving and making it a little better. Also, because there's so much confusion between the city and the POA, get familiar with the city website, because it's brand new as well.
Yeah.
New logo, the whole thing. So if you want to be in the know, go ahead and make sure that you sign up for those newsletters and watch that. And watch In the Know, of course, right?
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you for being my guest today.
Thanks, JB. It's been a pleasure.
And I appreciate you. And stay tuned, folks. We're going to have a very, you're going to know her, but it's always fun talking with her. See you in a few minutes. Hey, Bella Vista, we're back. And I want you to know that one of my very favorite people to interview is here with me today, Joan Glubczynski, sort of.
Fantastic.
All right. And, maybe by the time we've done this 20 times, I'll get it right.
It's okay.
All right. But anyway, so what have you been up to? What's happening?
Well, it's not just me. It's the whole rec team. They've been working hard all summer with running the pools, the marina, the campgrounds, the parks. Have been very busy, not to mention our regular rec centers. So closed Metfield when the school went back because we lose all our lifeguards and staff going back to college and school. Kingsdale Pool, we're really happy to keep open until September 15th. And then the week after is Pups in the Pool with the Bella Vista Animal Shelter, which is a great fundraiser for them. So look for information about that. And
that's so much fun.
It is.
I love watching those dogs. And you guys kind of always somebody kind of videos that.
Yeah, it's a blast. The marina suffered some damage, unfortunately, during the recent storm, but they reopened yesterday. So we'll have our rentals being able to go out this week. We still have one dock that will be repaired, hopefully in the next few weeks. That was a significant storm, but we're still serving our members. Pickleball continues to be very busy. Our tennis center is thriving. In fact, our new tennis manager, Kelly Holmes, started this week, and she has been in the industry for quite a while. Some of our members already know her because she was working down in Little Rock area for a while, but also her first job, believe it or not, was at our tennis center. So
really,
yeah. So we've got her on board as well. And this weekend the campground sold out. All the cabins are busy. So some of us are starting to for the summer, but it's been a good summer.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that fall's about to start.
Yeah.
And there's always really fun things to do.
Yeah.
So tell us what's happening.
Well, people like to get out and about, and the weather starts to get hopefully a little cooler. Yeah. So we're looking forward to that. But our two big events in the fall are Flea in the Park. That's the first weekend in October at Blowing Springs Park. The entire back of the park is a vintage-inspired flea market, and we have some food trucks, and that's on Friday and Saturday, October 4th and 5th, and it's free for the whole community, and it's our 6th annual, so we're excited about that. We've got some new vendors this year. If you like to thrift,
there you go.
Which is, it's funny, I've been a thrifter forever, but that's sort of a newer trend that's with our young members. Come on out, because there'll be vendors that they can thrift from clothing to
Say what that
decor.
means. Say what that means.
Just upcycling clothing. Maybe they're buying vintage clothes. Maybe they're slightly worn clothes instead of always purchasing brand new and bringing more things into the environment and landfills that we don't need. It's, upcycling. So,
well, actually, I've been doing that for a while myself. So I just didn't know it was called thrifting. Now I know.
Yes.
Oh, so now I'm in the know. Who knew?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we also have another event that's will be leading into the 2 weeks before Halloween, which is our Not So Haunted mini golf. And that's over at Kingsdale Complex and by our mini golf. And our whole rec team works really hard to decorate with a variety of fun Halloween vignettes. And a lot of people come out and golf. We light the course at night, so you can golf after dark and see all the not so spookiness. And some people just like to come out, walk around, take their kids, do some photo ops. There's lots of fun opportunity there. And that'll be open for 2 weeks leading into to Halloween.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you dress up for that, don't you?
We've done that sometimes, but it's usually just still vignettes.
Still. Okay.
So people can go.
Well, give us a quick update of, I know the rec's been open for a while now. There's really good things, especially interested to know about the 24-hour access thing.
Yeah. So the BVRC is going very strong. People have really received it well. We'll be closing in on being reopened for about a year in November. So
has it been that long?
Yeah,
wow.
It'll be a year in November. So the fobs that you asked about, were actually out of them right now. They have sold. A lot of people have bought them. I think more as a why not kind of situation, but we do have a regular group of people that are using the facility after hours. Especially popular is on Sundays because we're physically only open 5 hours, but they can still use the fitness center if they
Good point. Good point.
And people are playing indoor pickleball. We have lots of classes. Meeting rooms are available for rent and very popular, especially as we head into the holidays. People might want to have holiday parties there. So you can check that out. We have information on the web, or you can simply stop by or call the BVRC. Clay's our manager there. And then I think the last thing that we wanted to mention is that coming up this fall, we're going to host early voting again at the BVRC.
And thank you for that. That's a very important thing. I think there are only 2 places in Bella Vista that's doing that, the community church and then the rec center. It's very much appreciated. We need to this is going to be a very active election on not only the local, but the state and national level. So that I can't tell you enough on behalf of the election board, how much we thank you for that.
POA is happy to sponsor it.
Yeah. Well, always, hey, you been to Mexico lately in some of your yoga ventures?
The summer has been very busy, so I've been teaching yoga on the beach, but I will be on the beach in Mexico probably in February again. Thanks for asking.
I know you love that. I know you do. Okay, well, thanks again. And I love talking with you always. And that's just Bella Vista. You have no idea what a wonderful place you live. I hope you know that already. But in case you don't, you're now in the know about so many things. And we'll see you next month.